WNYT, Albany, in HD. News Channel 13, live at 5, begins right now.
The world can never have enough heroes. And it turns out in Troy yesterday, there were several heroes. Last night, we introduced you to the rookie firefighter who was on the scene to help a 4-year-old girl who was hit by a car while crossing Hoosick Street. And today, Abigail Bleck tracked down the nurse who says that she started CPR even before that firefighter arrived. She joined us now from the newsroom with more on the story. Good evening, Abby.
Hi, Jim. A family friend tells me that 4-year-old girl had surgery today. It is unknown at this point if she will be paralyzed. But the situation might have been even worse if it weren't for a nurse who needed her daily cup of coffee. Lynette Smith has worked at a nursing home for more than a decade, but the first time she has ever performed CPR was yesterday outside the Stewart's at Hoosick and 10th in Troy.
And I had to say to myself, Lynette, you can do this. You have to do this.
Had to because the person needing help was a 4-year-old. Amy Van Wert and her 19-year-old mother were crossing the street when they were hit by a car headed east on Hoosick. Lynette saw both their bodies fly through the air after impact and then hit the ground.
And when I knelt down over her, I thought she was dead. She had blood coming out of her mouth. She had blood coming out of her right ear, and the side of her face was scraped, and she just had a blank stare on her face.
At that point, Lynette's knowledge and safety training became both a blessing and a curse.
When I'm doing the chest compressions, I'm looking at the blood that's coming out of her mouth, and I'm saying to myself, oh my gosh, she has all this blood in her mouth. How am I going to do mouth to mouth? But when it came time for me to do the breaths, I just did it. I just did it.
Many believe yesterday's incident highlights the need for safety changes in the city. And tonight, council members will discuss the Complete Streets resolution. It was already on the agenda, but is even more timely now.
This tragedy and these types of accidents should not be happening, and they happen too frequently.
City leaders may be thinking about the future, but Lynette Smith is having a difficult time, understandably, dealing with the past.
I can close my eyes and I just keep repeating it over and over and over in my head. It's hard. It's really hard. I just can see her face, her hair, her eyes. She's a baby. I would hope that somebody would do it for one of my children.
Lynette tells me a complete stranger sent her flowers today. She is in touch with the mother and daughter and hopes to meet them once it is medically possible. The police department tells me they are still investigating. No charges, though. Witnesses tell them the driver had a green light. Jim?
Thanks very much, Abby.